This is Sporty Spice. Sporty Spice is a sport-variegated monstera. So what is a sport-variegated monstera? Basically, she is not naturally variegated like an albo, and she is not cultivated to be variegated like a Monstera Thai constellation. She's just a regular monstera that for whatever reason decided to have some variegation on her leaves. In one little section, we tend to have monsteras that sport quite often. I'll include some examples of cuttings that we've taken recently, but it's just something random that happens. Sometimes they sport on their leaves, sometimes they sport on their stems. She has sported on her leaf, as you can see. I know it looks kind of tiny, but this is a huge leaf. This leaf is 36 inches. This is a 3 foot long, yard long leaf. So anyways, I'll include some examples so that you can see where they have sported on other monsteras, but basically it's just something random that happens. There's no rhyme or reason, there's no way of predicting, it's just something that happens with some monsteras. So those of you who have indoor monsteras, I'm sure you can see that these leaves are pretty weathered, but this is typical for growing up outdoors. You're going to have your bends, you're going to have your splits, you're going to have your cracks, you're going to have sun damage, bugs, all of that. On top of that, we took this cutting while it had a baby leaf that was unfurling. I'll include some pictures of when we actually took the cutting, but when that happens, the baby leaves unfortunately do not tend to fare very well. The monstera is more concerned with rooting up and survival and not concerned with maturing that leaf. So the leaves do come out looking a bit mangled when they finally do appear. But we know that it has rooted well because this mangled leaf has given us a new leaf. Now, this new leaf was perfect. As you can see, it's just come out. It's very soft. It was a perfect leaf, but we kind of dinged it up trying to get it into the house to film. So unfortunately, even the newest leaf already has some damage on it. But if you look on the back of the newest leaf, you will see that it has a great big booty. Look at that. So you say, what is that? Why does it have this big old butt on the back of this leaf? That is the start of fruit. It is now beginning the process of fruiting. So we have multiple rare things going on here. First of all, a giant wild-grown monstera with sport variegation, that's rare. And a monstera that is fruiting, that's rare. So this is a very, it's kind of hard to see. This is a very rare monstera. We looked for any instances that we could find of any wild-grown sport variegated monsteras being sold, and we could not find any. We certainly couldn't find any that were fruiting. So a fruiting, wild-grown, sport variegated monstera is extremely rare. So on top of that, we couldn't find any videos of anyone who had documented the entire fruiting process of any monstera. So we thought that that would be cool. So what we're going to do in this series is document the entire process of her producing fruit. So follow along if you are interested and see Sporty Spice's fruiting journey.